I want you to take a mental note of where the story stops with the Zoom calls, right? We have a first Zoom call with the wife, and then we have a phone call with the property locator, and then we have a phone call with the solicitor. We to pay him $17,000. He sends us an invoice, and this is where I'm gonna start telling you what you need to do if you are going to come out to UAE. The first thing that you need is your trade license. A trade license is similar to an LLC. The trade license is going to be the most expensive thing that you get in the setup of your business. In order to get your trade license, you need to get that from a department called DED, Dubai Economic Development, right? It's DED. Some businesses can be formed in the mainland, and some businesses can be formed in the different zones that they have. But because short-term rental business is an actual physical business, you have to form it in the mainland. So if you're opening a store, you need to have your business formed in the mainland. If you're doing online business, you could do it in a different type of zone, but those are cheaper. But if you hire someone to do it for you, they're going to tell you to come up with 3 names. The 3 names cannot have official sounding names in them. They can't have the word Dubai. They can't have the word DXB. They can't have official names like UAE in there. It has to be like a name for a business. So we chose Bayview Luxury Home Holiday Rentals. To do that, it costs 4,500 USD. Or 16,000 dirhams, and you must enter the country. So we got on a plane. I used my points from my business credit cards, and we were able to fly in business class, and it was a business trip, so it was amazing. We stayed at a beautiful hotel while we were there. We met the property locator. We had an amazing time with her. We were drinking, and it was so much fun. And we also met the solicitor. So anyway, we sent him the money, and so that's the first step, and that's the most expensive document that you will pay for. That takes about 5 days to get. So we flew out there. By the time we got back, he had already done it. So we had to give a copy of our passport, and we had to give him the names, the 3 to 5 names, and we gave him the funds, and he paid the fee. When I was on a call with him, I asked him, are you charging us the same exact price as the government? Because out of that $17,000 was a $3,000 service fee that he charged us, which is fine with me. So he charged us $11,000. You see where I'm going with this? He charged us $11,000, and it costs $4,500 to do. Now, in order to have a trade license, you must have a physical full-time office address on your trade license papers. The office costs 1,500 USD. You can get that on a website called Property Finders, but he said he would handle it for us. So the 11,000 that he charged us also included the price of the office. So in Dubai, there's a system called Ejari. Now, what does Ejari mean? Ejari means that nobody else can rent the place, and the landlord cannot try to defraud anybody else by trying to rent them out the place, because their agent can access Ejari and see that Bayview Luxury Home Vacation Rentals has this property on the 31st floor in elite residences in Dubai Marina. The next thing you need is DEWA. DEWA stands for Dubai Electric Water and Authority. For that, you need to show your passport, you need to show your lease, you need to show your EID, and you have to give a deposit. In order to run a short-term rental business, you also need DTCM permits. DET, which is the Department of Economic and Tourism in Dubai, they oversee the short-term rental business. So to get your DTCM permit, you need to have your EID, your passport, your DEWA, and you need to show them the deed from your landlord, and you also have to provide an NOC letter. The DTCM permit costs $600. So there's a lot of paperwork to do. That's why I wanted to hire someone. Now, let's go over how you go about renting property there. So when we were talking to the property locator, we told her to keep it under $3,400. The rent ended up being 150,000 dirhams, which is in the US 40,000 US for the year. So we had to pay 50% of that to the landlord, 20,000 USD to get the lease, and we had to pay security deposit, which was 7,500, which comes out to about a little over $2,000. You also have to pay an agency fee to the realtor. So there's a lot of steps to follow. So that's why we hired these people to do this for us, because there's no way we would have done it by ourselves. But now that I've gone through this experience, I am sharing with you the steps that you need to do. You need to get your trade license. If you're going to be operating the business yourself and not using a property manager, you need to get a visa. In order to get a visa, first you need to have your trade license, and you are going to sponsor yourself as a partner for a partner visa. That costs $950. Before you can file that, you have to get blood tests, one for HIV and one for tuberculosis. Now, the department that handles the visa is called the Customer Happiness Center. That is such a cute name.
Wow.
Wow. And now you have a visa for 2 years. What do you do with the visa? In order to have an EID, you need to have a visa. So those are the 3 offices that handle the documents that you're gonna need. So now I'm gonna talk about the scam, because I know you're waiting here for the scam. So next up is the scam, how the scam took place and how it was so slick. I've been in business for 20 something years and they were able to scam me. This is most likely happening to a number of people who are in their Dubai Partner Program. So they have different courses. So they have courses where they teach you how to run your Airbnb business no matter where you're at. So let's say you are in California and you want to start your Airbnb business and you have no intention of starting in Dubai. They teach you just how to run your Airbnb business. So if you're doing that, you don't have nothing to worry about. But if you're interested in going to the Dubai side where they get that property locator to find a property for you and you're going to manage the property, I can guarantee you 100% you are going to get scammed.